For what this all means, plus some of the other highlights from today's hearings, I'm joined by Washington Post technology reporter Heather Kelly live in San Francisco. And I will acknowledge at this moment that Jeff Bezos is the owner of the Washington Post. Heather, let's begin with Jeff Bezos providing data to third parties and selling Echo devices for less than cost, two issues that are key in the investigation.
Yes, and so the problem with the first issue is that in a previous hearing, another member of Amazon's team had testified that it wasn't true, that this data wasn't used. And so with some of the evidence presented to Jeff Bezos today, he had to kind of backtrack and say it was something he couldn't guarantee. If it turns out that they are using that data, it could be a serious antitrust concern. They have so much holdover in the marketplace and these third-party sellers that it could wipe them out if they were using it in that way.
Yeah, and the less selling Echo devices at less than cost?
So this is actually an interesting thing that Amazon has done a lot before. So Kindles have, I believe in the past, sold at cost or below cost. And their strategy seems to be, let's get the hardware in people's homes. And then once we're everywhere, we can make money off of that. So for Kindles, for example, the idea is we'll sell you books. Here, have this device. And with the Echo, they just want to be sort of the dominant voice assistant in the marketplace, and then they can make money off of licensing it to other hardware, eventually advertising, possibly collecting data down the road.
Yeah, is that nothing more than a promotion? It sounds like nothing more than just promoting your product.
I mean, that's true, but it could also, at this point, that field is still up for grabs. Siri exists, sort of. And it is a competition to be the dominant voice assistant. And since it's so early, the most important thing to these companies is having the most customers, not necessarily making money off of these devices.
What else stood out for you in today's hearing?
Well, there were kind of two lines of questioning. On the one side, you had a lot of very well-researched questions about antitrust, which was refreshing. In the past, there have been some non-technically savvy lines of questioning from senators. And today it seemed like they've done a lot more of their homework. They've really dug into the past year of investigations. But what stood out was the other kind of questions. A lot of Republicans wanted to ask about anti-conservative bias, which of course wasn't the topic of the hearing. And it came up again and again throughout in different types of questions. And a lot of that seemed to come off to some as sort of more grandstanding, trying to appeal to the base, than actually to bring these companies under control in any way. So
what do you expect will come out of these testimonies today?
Well, there could be a lawsuit coming from the DOJ against Google. There's other ongoing investigations. Keep in mind, it is an election year and a pandemic, and 800 other things are going wrong right now. So I'm not sure how much we'll actually see happen this year. But I think this is just the beginning of a lot more action against these tech companies.
Washington Post technology reporter Heather Kelly joining me from San Francisco tonight. Heather, thank you.
Thanks.